Anxiety. It's a funny little gremlin, isn't it? It sits on your shoulder, it whispers worries into your ear, sometimes it shouts. I've had my share of these whispers, these shouts. I've tried many things to quiet them: meditation, yoga, long walks in nature, herbal teas that promised peace in a cup. Some things worked a little, some things worked for a while, but the gremlin always seemed to find its way back. I started to wonder about other paths, less conventional paths. What if calm could be found in the most unexpected of places? I was open to suggestions. My mind, usually racing with 1,000 anxious thoughts, was actively seeking a detour. This led me down some interesting rabbit holes. Could jumping into a freezing lake bring calm? Maybe. Could learning to juggle soothe a worried mind? Perhaps. And then an idea sparked: a Brazilian wax. The thought of a Brazilian wax didn't just appear out of thin air. It started as a whisper, a half-joking comment from a friend. She'd mentioned feeling so clean and free afterwards. Could freedom from unwanted hair translate to freedom from unwanted thoughts? My mind chewed on this peculiar notion. I began to research, not just the how-to or the what to expect of the waxing process itself. I wondered if anyone else had stumbled upon this bizarre connection. Were there secret societies of women finding Zen through depilation? Probably not. But I did read about the mind-body connection, about how intense physical sensations can sometimes reset our nervous systems. Could a Brazilian wax act as a reset button for my overactive amygdala? The fear was significant, but beneath it there was a stubborn curiosity. So the decision was made. The days leading up to the appointment were a masterclass in anticipatory anxiety. My mind became a movie theater, playing an endless loop of worst-case scenarios. The anxiety gremlin was working overtime. It whispered doubts at 3 a.m. It made my palms sweat during perfectly calm moments. You can still cancel, it would suggest. I found myself overthinking everything. What should I wear? Should I take a painkiller beforehand? How much small talk would be required? Would the esthetician judge my, well, everything? I tried to distract myself. I read books, I watched movies. Nothing quite managed to silence the pre-wax jitters. On the morning of the appointment, my anxiety reached its peak. Getting dressed felt like preparing for battle. My heart hammered against my ribs as I drove to the salon. This, I thought, is either going to be a breakthrough or a complete disaster. The salon was tucked away on a quiet side street. It looked innocuous enough from the outside. Clean windows, a discreet sign. Serenity Spa, it proclaimed. I took a deep breath, or tried to. It came out more like a shaky gasp. This was it, the point of no return. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of lavender and something vaguely waxy. Soft music played. A smiling woman greeted me from behind a polished counter. She was serene. She wasn't the one about to bare all to a stranger with hot wax. I mumbled my name and appointment time, trying to sound casual. I was led to a small private room. It was clean, minimalist, and slightly intimidating. My esthetician, a kind-looking woman named Maria, explained the process calmly. She handed me a small disposable wipe and a tiny paper garment. Alone, I stared at the paper garment. This was happening. Maria returned, her smile still intact. Mine was probably a grimace trying to pass itself off as a smile. She was all business, efficient, and professional. She prepped the area with a gentle cleanser, then came the wax. It was warm. Not unpleasantly so at first. She spread it with a wooden spatula. Deep breath, she instructed. I inhaled, bracing myself for the inevitable, and then the rip. It was sharp. It was sudden. It was not as apocalyptic as my anxiety gremlin had predicted. The pain was intense, yes, but it was also incredibly brief. A quick, fiery exclamation mark, then gone. Maria worked quickly, her movements practiced and sure, strip after strip, each one a tiny, controlled shock to the system. When Maria finally announced, "All done!" I let out a breath I didn't realize I'd been holding. It was as if a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. It felt like I'd run a marathon, or climbed a small, very personal mountain. I sat up slowly, savoring the moment. The initial stinging had subsided, replaced by a dull throb and a surprising feeling of lightness. A lightness that seemed to permeate my entire being. Not just physical lightness, though there was that too. It was as if my body had shed an invisible burden. It was an emotional lightness, a sense of freedom I hadn't felt in a long time. The air in the room seemed clearer, almost as if it had been purified. The soft music no longer felt like a taunt, but a gentle accompaniment to a newfound calm. It was soothing, like a balm to my soul. As I got dressed, I noticed a quietness in my mind, a rare, precious quietness. The usual cacophony of anxious thoughts, the gremlin's incessant chatter was gone. It was a silence I had longed for. It was as if someone had pressed the mute button on my worries. I felt a profound sense of stillness, an inner peace that was completely unexpected. It was a gift I hadn't anticipated. Walking out of the salon and back into the bustling street, the world looked different, brighter somehow, more vibrant. The everyday noises of the city didn't jangle my nerves as they usually did. They seemed distant, almost like background music. I felt oddly serene, cocooned in a bubble of calm. It was a strange but welcome sensation. The sharp, focused pain had, paradoxically, led to a profound sense of relief. A relief that was both physical and emotional. This wasn't the kind of calm I found in meditation. It was deeper, more encompassing, and utterly transformative. So, why did this seemingly barbaric ritual bring me such unexpected peace? I've thought about it a lot since that day. It wasn't just about being hairless, though there was a certain satisfaction in that too. The anxiety relief, I believe, came from a combination of factors. Firstly, there was the element of facing a fear. I had built up the Brazilian wax in my mind as this monumental, terrifying ordeal. Going through with it, and discovering it was manageable, was incredibly empowering. It was a victory. Then there was the intense, physical sensation. The sharp, fleeting pain demanded my full attention. For those 20 minutes on the waxing table, I wasn't ruminating about the past or worrying about the future. I was just experiencing something visceral. This intense focus on the present moment seemed to short-circuit my usual anxiety loops. My brain, busy processing the ouch, didn't have the bandwidth for its typical worries. There's also something to be said for the act of surrender and trust. I had to relinquish control to Maria. The immediate calm I felt after the wax wasn't just a fleeting sensation, it lingered, wrapping around me like a comforting blanket. For days afterwards, I noticed a significant reduction in my baseline anxiety levels. It was as if a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. The gremlin was still quiet, perhaps still recovering from the shock. It felt like I had gained a new ally in my battle against stress. Small annoyances that would usually send me into a spiral of worry seemed to roll off my back more easily. I felt a newfound sense of ease. I felt more resilient, more capable of handling the everyday stresses of life. It was as if I had been given a secret weapon against anxiety. It was as if the experience had recalibrated my nervous system, setting it to a lower, more manageable frequency. My mind felt clearer. This newfound calmness also had an interesting effect on how I approached other potentially anxiety-inducing situations. I felt more in control. Having faced the waxing table and survived, other challenges seemed less daunting. It was a surprising but welcome change. That difficult phone call I'd been putting off suddenly seemed doable. I felt a surge of confidence. That social event I was dreading, I felt more equipped to handle it. My anxiety had less of a grip on me. It was as if the wax had given me a shot of courage. A new layer of calm had settled over me. Of course, the Brazilian wax wasn't a magic cure for anxiety. It didn't erase all my worries, it didn't eradicate it completely. Life still threw curveballs. Stressful situations still arose, but I felt better equipped to handle them. But my reaction to them felt different. There was a newfound strength within me. There was an underlying sense of calm that I could tap into. A new layer of resilience that made all the difference. My journey with the Brazilian wax taught me a valuable lesson. It taught me that sometimes the path to peace isn't always gentle or intuitive. It can be winding and full of unexpected turns, much like a forest trail or a rocky mountain path. Sometimes it's found in facing discomfort, in stepping outside our comfort zones, in trying things that scare us a little. These moments of bravery can be as daunting as standing at the edge of a cliff or crossing a turbulent river. Anxiety often tries to shrink our worlds, to keep us safe within familiar, albeit sometimes suffocating, boundaries. It convinces us that staying within these limits is the only way to avoid pain, but growth and often relief lies in pushing those boundaries. Climbing that steep hill or running towards the sunset can lead to new heights and perspectives. The experience also highlighted the incredible and often mysterious connection between our minds and our bodies. Meditation and yoga are perfect examples of how physical practices can calm the mind. We tend to treat them as separate entities, but they are deeply intertwined. Holding hands, hugging a tree, or simply sitting with friends can have profound effects on our mental well-being. An intense physical experience can have a profound impact on our mental state and vice versa. Swimming in a natural pool or cycling through a scenic route can refresh both body and mind. Sometimes, to calm the mind, we need to engage the body. Activities like Tai Chi, kayaking, or even deep breathing exercises can bring a sense of peace. I'm not suggesting everyone rush out and get a Brazilian wax to cure their anxiety. It's not about the specific action, but about finding what works for you. What worked for me might not work for someone else. Each of us has our own unique ways to find peace and clarity. We all have our own unique paths to navigate. Life presents us with many choices, and it's up to us to decide which direction to take. But I do encourage an openness to the unexpected. Sometimes the most beautiful experiences come from the paths we least expect. Ultimately, my foray into the world of waxing was about more than just hair removal. It was a journey of self-discovery and embracing the unknown. It was about courage and the surprising ways we can find stillness in the midst of sensation. Embracing these moments can lead to profound personal growth and a deeper understanding of ourselves.